Buckle up as we dive into the high-stakes world of high-speed police chases. From daring maneuvers to quick-thinking decisions, every second counts in the effort to bring suspects to a safe and controlled stop. Get ready to witness the skill, bravery, and persistence that officers bring to the chase.
Dashcam, County, Florida, on June 21st, 2022, multiple patrol cars were involved in a high-speed pursuit of a silver SUV. Chase lasted about 5 minutes. However, when troopers attempted to arrest the suspect, he refused to exit his vehicle. Watch as multiple troopers worked together to remove him from the vehicle and see how the situation unfolded. Troopers were able to get the suspect out of the vehicle and arrest him, bringing this wild chase to a dramatic end. In Glendale, Wisconsin, on April 10th, 2022, a stolen car sped through the streets before falling apart and spinning out of control. Police were in pursuit of 7 teenagers, the youngest just 12 years old. It all began at Bayshore, where Glendale police chased a stolen Kia. The driver swerved into oncoming traffic, narrowly missing another vehicle at an intersection.
Eastbound on Mill. They have 2 flat tires on the driver's side. They're going the wrong way to the traffic again. There's no traffic though. They're coming up to 1 car on the Mill that's going west. They're going east. They're approaching Green Bay. A red light on Green Bay. They're approaching. They're slowing down. They're going to be going south on Green Bay, the wrong lanes of traffic. I'm going to be terminating. They're coming up to heavy traffic. I got 4 of them 50 in 10-4, just following, not in pursuit. They're coming up to traffic. They're south on Green Bay, coming up to Bender in the wrong lanes of travel. Alright, we are east on Bender. Back in pursuit. They're on the correct lanes of travel.
With 2 flat tires, the driver continued to speed recklessly, showing complete disregard for the safety of other drivers on the road.
We are continuing east. We're in the correct lane of travel now. East on Bender, approaching Sunny Points. Their car is falling to pieces right now. They just lost their back tire and their back bumper. We are eastbound on Bender, passing Bittersweet speed. Coming up to a red light at Bender and Port. Nearly missed the vehicle, slid out of control. In pursuit, drivers, black male, red sweater, black pants, short afro.
The driver eventually lost control while trying to avoid an accident at an intersection, and the passengers made a run for it. Police confirmed that there were 2 females and 5 males inside the car, ranging in age from 12 to 17 years old. However, all passengers, along with the driver, were arrested. In Polk County, Florida, on February 27, 2023, a Florida Highway Patrol trooper witnessed an accident where the driver responsible fled the scene. When the trooper activated emergency lights and sirens and attempted to pull the vehicle over, the driver failed to stop. The trooper executed a pit maneuver, causing the suspect's vehicle to roll over. The suspect was rescued from the vehicle and arrested. Later, the trooper identified the vehicle as stolen, and the suspect was taken into custody without further incident. In Marion County, Florida, on Sunday, March 20th, 2022, troopers received a tip that a pizza delivery driver's vehicle, stolen while the driver was making deliveries in Gainesville, might be in the area. Deputy Carr soon spotted the vehicle and attempted a traffic stop. However, the driver, identified as 16-year-old Keyshawn Jelks, refused to stop, prompting Deputy Carr to initiate a pursuit.
Clear 1. 6534 westbound 77th Street.
Westbound 77th Street. Taxi Sierra 4190, Air 1051.
Signal 4, signal 4.
10-4, signal 4.
He's driving through the ditches here.
10-4, driving through the ditches.
As the trooper closed in to execute a tactical vehicle intervention, the suspect suddenly veered off the road, driving through ditches in an attempt to prevent the maneuver.
Probably heading towards the interstate, guys. 040 1048. Okay, putting your way on 326 that's going east road.
On 326, passing Eagle Road.
Head towards for the interstate.
10-4, head towards the interstate.
Coming up on the interstate. Still on 326.
10-4, still on 326.
Bound on the interstate on 326.
Northbound on the interstate.
Hit on the on-ramps. That's a bit.
When Jelks attempted to merge onto I-75 northbound, Deputy Carr disabled the vehicle with a successful pit maneuver. Both Jelks and his passenger, 17-year-old Dontarius Wise, were detained. In the back seat, deputies discovered 2 pizzas. Jelks was arrested on charges of grand theft of a motor vehicle, no valid driver's license, and fleeing to elude law enforcement, while Wise was charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle. Both were transported to our Gold Star Hotel before being taken to the Department of Juvenile Justice for secure detention. On November 2nd, 2024, Trooper was advised by Troop L Dispatch that Lowell Police Department was in pursuit on I-49 southbound from the 78mm and had requested assistance. The trooper located the pursuit near the 76mm where the suspect vehicle, a white van, was traveling in the right lane with its flashers on.
TBI. Rollover start 1016.
As soon as the trooper took over the pursuit, he immediately initiated a TVI. The suspect vehicle veered off the roadway to the right and overturned. Paramedics were quickly called to the scene for the suspect. Lowell Police Department took the suspect, later identified as Alfred Prince, into custody without incident. On March 9th, 2023, Deputy Ford spotted a white vehicle on Pine Drive where a black female was trying to get into the passenger side. When the driver saw the patrol car, they sped off at 64 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone. After a brief stop, the driver turned onto Norman Drive, then sped through a plaza parking lot, eventually making a left turn into oncoming traffic on Riverdale Road, ignoring lights and sirens.
Right on Crystal Lake Road. It'll be, I can't tell, it's a light color SUV. I haven't been able to catch it till yet. I'll get you 70 in 1 second. Crystal Lake Road will be headed east. Speeds will be 70. It'll be a Florida tag 4502 Adam North. It's a Nissan white color, Nissan Road. Stand by, he's making a bunch of left and right turns. Stand by.
As the suspect left the residential area, another trooper took over the pursuit, chasing the reckless driver at high speeds.
Black on one, I'm behind it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it as soon as I can.
trooper got close enough to attempt a pit maneuver twice, but both attempts were unsuccessful. The suspect continued fleeing, showing no regard for the safety of other drivers on the road. One trooper successfully executed a pit maneuver, bringing the suspect to a stop. However, the suspect crawled out of the window and fled on foot. The suspect didn't get far before a trooper deployed a taser, stopping him in his tracks. He was arrested and taken into custody, bringing this wild chase to an end. Milwaukee police found themselves in a chaotic high-speed chase involving 6 people crammed into one vehicle. It all began when officers received a report of a stolen car. Once located, the driver and 5 passengers took off, sparking a dangerous pursuit through the city.
All right, they're taking off on us. Turn my light sirens on. 3233 for the air. You're now southbound on 17th Street. From the lead, vehicles in the wrong way of traffic. We're in the correct lane. White Chevy Trax, no plates. One of our armed robberies out of District 1. Approaching Highland. Vehicle is now eastbound on Highland from 17th. Still in the wrong lane of travel. We're in the correct lane of travel.
Rear passenger's got a
Traffic is
camo
clear.
Yep.
Rear passenger is camo hoodie. Continuing eastbound. Speeds are approximately 30 miles per hour. Approaching 13th.
That was used in the robbery, the description.
All right, coming up to 12th. All right, he's going to hit the gas station parking lot on 12th and Highland.
The suspect recklessly drove into oncoming traffic, narrowly avoiding collisions but endangering countless lives along the way. Determined to bring this chase to an end, the trooper moved in to stop him as quickly as possible.
On Juno, crossing 13th. Speeds are approximately 50 miles per hour. All right, northbound, 14th from Juno. Secondary. Continuing northbound, passing McKinley, approaching the lead. All right, we're going to be eastbound on the lead from 14th Street in pursuit of a white Chevy Trax, wanted for an armed robbery carjacking on District 1. Looks to be occupied at least 4 times from the lead. Speeds are 25 miles per hour. Continuing south on 12th, crossing McKinley. Multiple occupants, at least 4 occupants.
Highland.
Right.
Get on the freeway.
We're now north from Highland on the freeway on-ramp. 41 north.
43 north.
43
The suspect then entered the freeway, continuing his reckless driving at high speeds with no regard for the safety of others on the road.
3233 in pursuit of a white Chevy Trax. Instead of car, continuing northbound. White van hit on the freeway. Notify the sheriffs. The occupants seem to be okay. Times wanted for an armed robbery out of District 1. Continuing northbound. Northbound on 43, crossing North Avenue. Speeds are 79. Traffic is moderate. Robbery carjacking out of District 1. Occupied at least 4 times. All right, getting stuck in traffic. We're just south of the Locust exit here. Make sure we're patched with 5. All right, we're exiting. We're on the shoulder of 43 northbound. Still in traffic here. All right, continuing northbound on 43. Quarter mile from Keith.
As the driver weaved through traffic, he entered a construction zone lane, a decision that would turn out to be the biggest mistake of his life.
All right, 4 times on for an armed robbery carjacking out of District 1. Speeds are 70. Traffic currently light. Road conditions are dry. All right, continuing northbound, passing Keith.
We're getting stuck here.
Yeah. We're in a construction lane. It's possible this lane ends. Continuing northbound. Capitol's our next exit here. 3233 in pursuit. Looks like they're going to be blocked by construction equipment here. Stop the vehicle!
Blocked by a truck, the suspect desperately backed into a patrol car, nearly hitting an officer. When he refused to stop, officers made the difficult decision to open fire, resulting in the suspect's death on the spot, while the other passengers were arrested. What's your take on this chase? Could officers have handled it differently? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Trooper Robbie Stewart was finishing up a routine traffic stop when a vehicle sped past him. Quickly getting back into his patrol car, he observed a black Pontiac with no license plate. With lights and sirens activated, the trooper attempted to stop the vehicle, but the driver failed to yield, initiating a pursuit.
May 34, 98, 1024. Near Acres Road, black Pontiac G6, no 28.
Yeah, right behind you.
1037.
At first, the trooper wasn't sure if the driver would pull over, but it quickly became clear that he was in a pursuit. The trooper immediately informed dispatch that he was in pursuit of the vehicle.
Summit Ridge. Right out. Hey! Clear your hands! Clear your hands!
The driver struck a tree with the front of the vehicle, causing it to rotate clockwise. Troopers quickly exited their patrol cars and arrested the driver without further incident.
Get on your stuff. Get on your stuff. Get on your stuff. Head right back. We're good. Robbie Stewart, I'm state police trooper. Stopping you for no tags. Why are you running from me?
Because I'm in the FCTC court,
I don't know what that is.
family court, treatment center, trying to get my kids back.
Well, this didn't make it any better. Okay?
On December 3rd, 2022, the Edmond Police Department in Oklahoma received a report of a heavily intoxicated male who had kicked in a family member's door at their apartment. The suspect then rammed his white Honda Civic into the apartment before fleeing the scene. Officers immediately began searching for the suspect in the surrounding neighborhood.
643 Edmond in pursuit for northbound one.
Just went toward the black and white.
When the trooper positioned himself beside the suspect's door, the suspect came to a stop. Troopers then exited their patrol cars and took the suspect into custody.
Hey, you don't have to do that. Hey, get out of the car. Hey, let me get it. Hey, no. Let me do my thing. I'll get out. Y'all don't have to do that. I'll get on the ground. Hey, I will. Just let me do my thing. Get on the ground. Okay, please. Y'all don't have to do that. I'm not doing nothing.
Let's just hold him right here. I got him pinned.
Right, I'll lay it on the ground, bro. Y'all don't have to do
You had your chance.
The suspect was arrested and later charged with multiple offenses, including resisting arrest, eluding a police officer, felony endangerment, transporting an open container, DUI, leaving the scene of an accident with property damage, leaving the scene of an accident with an unattended vehicle, and assault and battery with a deadly weapon. On April 11th, 2021, Trooper Tennant and Trooper Camarade were on patrol near University Ave and McDaniel Sate when they saw 3 dirt bikes traveling west without helmets. The troopers activated their emergency lights, but the riders sped off, continuing west on University Ave. Trooper Tennant radioed that they were attempting to stop the bikes. The riders then swerved onto the wrong side of the road, onto the sidewalk, and turned onto Metropolitan Parkway. The troopers tried to stop them as they continued south on the sidewalk.
University of Metro 1.
Metro.
Yeah, radio, 1080, northbound Metro.
The biker decided to split ways, forcing 2 patrol cars to pursue each suspect separately.
Come to the stop sign, I got you.
West on Maitland. West on Maitland. West on Maitland.
On the ground! Get on the ground!
The biker was stopped quickly, and the other 2 riders were soon arrested as well. All 3 were taken into custody without further incident, bringing this brief pursuit to a close. In Miami-Dade County, Florida, on July 7th, 2022, Florida Highway Patrol troopers attempted to pull over a vehicle for reckless driving. The driver slowed down but never fully stopped, instead accelerating at high speeds, initiating a pursuit. The troopers had a difficult time getting closer to the suspect, but one trooper finally managed to locate the vehicle and close the distance, positioning himself closer to the suspect. The suspect crashed his vehicle, which then caught on fire. Despite the flames, he exited the car and began fleeing on foot. The suspect jumped into a wooded area and was pursued by Florida Highway Patrol Trooper Hernandez, who deployed a taser, but it failed to make full contact. Trooper Cantelar then deployed K-9 gunner into the woods, and K-9 gunner quickly located the suspect, who surrendered without incident. On October 28, 2024, while on routine patrol, a trooper heard over the radio that the Cleburne County Sheriff's Office was attempting a traffic stop on a reported stolen vehicle near Pleasant Springs Road West. The vehicle, a red Ford F-450 towing a flatbed trailer with a skid steer, refused to stop, prompting deputies to call in the Arkansas State Police for backup as the pursuit escalated.
26, that's like go back to 5. Left onto
What is it, Dennison Road? On Primary, it's a dirt road, I can't see.
As the suspect veered onto a dirt road, a thick cloud of dust kicked up, obscuring the trooper's view. Despite the reduced visibility, the trooper kept on the trail, determined to bring the suspect to a stop.
vehicle. I'm stationary. Attacker 36.
North on Gravel Hill. Speeds are 55.
We are north on Gravel Hill, speed 3.
We're taking a left onto Midge Langley Road and turning back onto Crystal Hill Lane again on the gravel.
The suspect stayed on the main road for a few minutes, but as soon as the trooper closed in, he swerved back onto the dirt road, trying once again to shake off his pursuer.
B-18 Newport. I got up next to him. My vehicle's rolled.
With dirt and dust limiting visibility, multiple law enforcement vehicles were involved in collisions during the chase. After an extensive search, the suspect, Robert Eddy, was finally apprehended and now faces a lengthy list of charges.